Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on my program. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining me from any part of the world, I thank you very much for your contributions on this channel. Please kindly subscribe if you have not subscribed, and also click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. In this channel, I bring information to your doorstep. I bring news from all channels, from every angle. Things that have to do about the world, things that have to do about Africa, more especially Nigeria. I bring it to your doorstep, some information that you ignore, some information that you cannot be able to come across. I look for them, I bring it to your doorstep for you to see. Every video you see on this channel is for educational purpose.
And perhaps also we need to join this to his response. A lot of conversations around the details as published by INEC on the credentials and the bio that has been released by your candidate to INEC, submitted to INEC, which generated a lot of controversies over the weekend as to his educational background beyond the university in Chicago that he listed to have attended, and whether or not the school in Aroloya, or whether or not he attended some of these schools. Those who attended around the same time, someone like Mr. Aribi Salah, who came, look, if he was there as a claim, he was also at that period of time, he was in that same school. He never knew who Bola Tinubu was. Can you respond to some of these issues? There are people who are saying, look, anybody who will lead this country, we should not be having a conversation of whether they went to school, the kind of school they went to. This thing should be a basic, a fundamental issue.
Well, you see, we've gone through this in a very, very long time. I mean, Ashwaji Tinubu was a governor in Lagos, two-term governor. These issues have come up. What haven't they said about Tinubu? And what hasn't he proved to the people that there is not telling the truth? And look, that's the beauty of democracy. If anybody feels strongly that our candidate has no qualification to be president, he's entitled to go and challenge that in court. But you see, when we start talking about Twitter, people, following a candidate and so on, we don't do this thing on the pages of Twitter or Twitter handle. We do these things by the people and with the people. And you see, it's very good when Mr. Pedro was talking about his candidate, talking about Atiku Abubakar. I want to remind him that Atiku Abubakar ran to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he was looking for sanctuary at one time. It was Bola Ahmed Tinubu that gave him, platform to run for an election. And when Abdul Mumini, my younger brother, spoke about Konkoso, and I'm sure all he said about Konkoso, he meant Ashwaju, because he left Ashwaju's movement, not because of Ashwaju, not because Ashwaju is not competent, but because of his local issues at the Kano, where they have their local issues. So when we come about talking about the candidates, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is because of what he did, the sacrifice he did for this country, that my brother Pedro, my brother Jibril are talking about democracy today. Bola Ahmed Tinubu sacrificed his life to ensure that democracy thrives in this country, to ensure that there is multi-party democracy in this country. And that's why I'm talking about Muslim, Christian. And remember, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's wife is a pastor in a church today. And you see, people try to bring religion just because they see that we have a candidate that nobody can beat. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I am telling you, we are waiting for the day of election to come. Nobody. And remember, we still have President Muhammadu Buhari as the most popular northern, politician. And he's there. And I assure you, President Muhammadu Buhari will work for the success of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And then Bola Ahmed Tinubu has success and acceptance across the country as well. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, remember what he has done in this country, how he has promoted people. Like the governor of my state, Jigawa State, was a candidate of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu promoted him. So that's the deep northern part of this country, northwestern part of this country. So if you look at from each Edo state where Pedro comes from, remember the former governor, J. Adams Oshomole, was also a part of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Where in this country will he go and not find his footsteps? So when people start talking about his education or qualification, he cannot do it and do that. Look, we challenge anybody not come to talk on the pages of newspapers or on television shows. Go to court. Prove the fact that Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not have the qualification he has. But remember, I said remember, let them not waste their time, because you could see that these things have come to pass. He has been a governor twice. He has been a senator in this country. And when these matters come up, they just die like that. And I assure the people of this country that with Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president, you will see the success in Lagos. And all of us, all Nigerians are proud of Lagos State. All Nigerians are proud of the human capital that Bola Ahmed Tinubu invested in the people, from the vice president of this country to Fowler of the people, to ministers, governors, senators, members, House of Reps, state assembly, everywhere, businesses, that Bola...
There are a lot of people who have been questioning, arguing over the issue of the running mate of the APC. You heard from the candidate there who says, I'm still in search. And these are generated criticism of your party and the candidate over the choice or who should be the candidate. And in fact, people are already making the insinuation whether a Muslim ticket will be fitting for the kind of situation that we are in this country right now.
Yes, good evening, Nigeria, good evening, viewers and everyone. Well, the choice of the vice presidential candidate of our party, lies with our candidate, the party, the stakeholders, and we're all consulted. But I assure you that we're going to come up with a candidate who will fit the bill, who will be acceptable to Nigerians. And I also assure you that by the time the name is out, everybody will believe and be convinced that, yes, we made the right choice. So just give us a little time. We're going to come out with it soon.
And the question is, I've heard a few people say that why is it difficult for your party to discover, or your candidate to identify a running mate if he's indeed prepared for this race?
Well, it's not difficult, but just the Nigerian complexities. You understand, so many people are talking about Muslim, Christian, and so on, forgetting the fact that no matter the diversity in this country, you need to also win an election before you could start doing things. So we are consulting. We are looking at Muslim ticket, yes, it's on the card. We're also looking at Muslim-Christian ticket. But to us, as a people, and as a party, and as our presidential candidate, look, let me put this question to whole Nigerians. Are the Muslims in this country today better off with President Buhari as president, or the other way around? So you look, see, it's not about religion. It's not about who you are or where you come from, but what the people will get. So if our party or our candidate comes up with a Muslim candidate, so be it. We're going to make sure we win the election. Simple, that's it. And if in the wisdom of our candidate, he brings a Christian candidate, we are also going to make sure we win the election. Because, as I said, it is not about the religion. It's not about where you come from, but competence. Because, look, when you go to the market, nobody will ask you whether you're a Muslim or you're a Christian. When armed robbers come to you, they don't ask where you come from. When kidnappers come to you, they don't ask where you come from. So let's look at ourselves as competent Nigerians. Whoever is competent, let's the party bring it out. And I assure you it's going to come out soonest. And whoever comes will work for the person and make sure we win.
People have been talking that it shouldn't happen that way. But the reality is the country today is being divided.